I'm here. I'm here, man. Trying to trying to trying to trying to. I'm here, man. Sorry about that. I had to get out of town. You know, I had to get out of town, right? Told you that those. Then I tell you about the waters, right? Those the dreams. So both are coming at the same time. So don't worry about it. Okay, I'm having a problem with the video today. It's gonna be light, dark, or whatever. But have given unto me to give unto you, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. That's found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. Of course, I tell you, it started in Haggai. The horseback to the children of Esau come and strike the earth with a curse. So we know that the curses have already started. It's 10 curses. So we know we just on what? The first curse. Once again, we what? The first curse. The curse of confusion. All right. Well, the other one's coming. Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. I want to send my messenger before me, and he should prepare the way before me, and him of the company and say, I hate, I'm not, man, this little thing. I had purchased this little, this thing, so I can be able to talk to you when I'm out and about, like I am out and about now. But I don't think this thing working out too good. No, I really don't. I really don't. But all whom you see shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant whom you delight in. Behold, he shall come, say the Lord. It's Malachi chapter 3. Because I have the dreams for you, man. Man, it got serious. Yeah, man. Last night, I dreamed all last night. But, man, when I dreamed last night, man, it was about our end. It was about everything. It was about they had started killing us, and it was close to the end. There was some on that nature, so that's why I dreamed about last night. But you know, I had the dream from. We didn't talk the other day. You know, I had the dream from the covenant day. All right, well, let's see what we got. Let me see. How do I see where I'm gonna start it off at? I don't know where I'm seeing. I know that. I don't know if this. I don't see if this is where I started at. See, I dream about Israel. They were against. Dream about Israel, how they was against us. But the Lord, about 1,000,000 beings, flipped the switch or turn into Israel, turn into 1,000,000 Israel. So on this dream or vision, they had about everybody was against us. Yeah, everybody was against Israel. Dream about Israel, how they was against us. But the Lord, about 1,000,000 beings, about 1,000,000 beings, flipped the switch and turned into Israel and turned into a million of Israel people. Because once again, I tell you, okay, what country you are in, we know now that we went into these different countries as slaves, and now the consummation is going on. So I told you once before, I'm in South Africa, Canada, Arabia. You're Israel. You just happen to be. I'm telling them I'm Israel. And I just happen to live in Arabia. I'm Israel. I just happen to live in Yemen. I'm Israel. I just happen to live in Ethiopia. I'm Israel. I just happen to live in Egypt. You know, yeah. I'm Israel, and I happen to live in Cuba. You know how you got there. You know how you got there. So how your people got there. So that's one of the dreams. All right. Oh man. I was in the building. They had at least 4 of us standing around listening about the weaponry that they was talking about. The greatest weapons. I said, no. I said they was talking about the the great weapons. I said, no, I know the weapon of the greatest weapon of them all that kill with word alone. They then as I was standing around, now they were standing on my side. I thought, I'll come back on. I thought my breath was stinking. The way they came and stood on the side of me. I opened the book and explained to them that how I was a teenager when this had taken place. Then it came unto me, and I said, now I know it was 22 years old when this had happened unto me. I explained how how I was healed by word alone. I saw this man that said and said it wasn't. Next, I hear Ray J singing, Brandon little singing singing with such a beautiful voice, but he was singing a gospel song. Man, this thing is cutting out and cutting in, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I really don't, because he was cutting on a board. I say he could have been a carpenter if someone would have taught him. Next scene, I am in a large room. They are sitting down 2 by 2 at this table, reading books. The tables were high. I walked over to one. He said, they're okay. Next scene, I walk I hear Ray J singing and cutting his board. Next scene, I'm sitting on the wall, not such a high one, just high enough that when they walk by, they see me sitting up high, and I have on a yellow raining coat, no hat, just looking as they walk by. All of them had rain hats and coats on. None had umbrella. I sit there, and when as soon as many pass by, next scene we are in a barracks type setting. Young woman this young woman that played like Princess Vaughn on Moesha. She walks up to me and asks about the weapon, and I show it to her in the book. I hear this large belt spinning on these large wheels, about 2 or 3 of them. It is a wire belt about 4 inches wide, made out of material that have been woven and get looser. They said, it's your job to replace or to fix it. I look at the Velcro strips which hold it together. I said, as I'm watching this young man about to take a new one out of the box, they don't know them anyway to refer them. I said they don't know. I said they don't throw them away anyway. They refurbish them. This is now. I mean, I hope you make it through this video. Why they do these things, how these things come out, nothing but the devil. He's still in the wall, and so they're not gonna let it go like you want it to go. But anyway, so let me explain the dream to you. This is one of the dreams I had over the week, over the covenant day. So I was standing, in this building. They had at least 4 of us, and as we were standing around, they was talking about the weapons of war, and which one is the best weapon. Okay, that's what they was talking about. And so I was just listening to them. And then after I listened to them, I said, man, I know about the greatest weapon of them all. Just like that. I said, I've seen it. I know it. I haven't seen it. And I said, this weapon, I said, that this weapon kill with word alone. That's what I told him. I said, kill with word alone. And then when I say that it kills with word alone, at first they were standing on the opposite. And then when I told him about this weapon, I had the book in my hand. I said, this weapon here kills by word alone. And when I said that, they start standing on my side. But we was in a cafeteria type setting. Of course, I always tell you that. Yeah, you know, setting where a group of people are at, and they had tables and everything. And so when I tell them about the weapons and everything, everybody have on their uniforms. So when I tell them about the weapons and everything, then they start standing around me, and I have the book in my hand, so I start showing them the weapons. Okay. So when it came on over nearby so fast, I just thought my breath was stinking the way they came by me. Yeah, man, this video cutting in and out, cutting in and out. So so I opened the book and explained to them, you know, I was a teenager when this. That's why I told them, I said, man, I was a teenager when this had taken place. Then I remember, said, exactly how old I was. I said, man, I was 22 years old. I want to tell you about it. I was 20. I said, man, I know exact time when this happened. I was 22 years old. That's why I told him. And then when this had happened to him, so I explained that I was healed by word alone. That's why I told him. I was healed by word alone. So I saw this man that said he was, and said it wasn't. That's why I'm saying I was healed by word alone. I saw this man that said he is, and he wasn't. Man, Lord God is, and he isn't. Okay, well, we know that he was flesh that made whole, but the way he came into the world. Next scene, I hear Ray J singing. Ray J play on Brandy. I was watching, you know, she on Netflix, man. So I was watching that, and man, they was doing well, let me just finish. So I hear him singing, man. I look down there and he's cutting on a piece of board, like a 1x4 piece of board, a porch plank, something like that. And as he's cutting on, he's singing a Christian song. Man, it sounded so beautiful, man. That man's voice sounds so beautiful singing that Christian song that I made a comment about it. I said, man, I made a comment about it. His voice was so beautiful. He was singing a gospel song. It was so beautiful. And as he was cutting board, and I said, man, he could have been a carpenter if someone would have taught him. So next scene, I'm in a large room. They are sitting down 2 by 2 at these tables, reading the books of the table. So I mean, all I can do is just put it down. So now I'm back inside the building, inside setting, and it'd be 2 to each table, but the tables sit up high and the chairs sit up high. And so they were sitting, that's what they was doing. They were sitting at the tables. And so I walked over there. So when I had the book in my hand, so when I walked over there, when I walked over there, they said they are okay. They didn't really want me to be there and stuff. I said, all right. So I left. So when I left, I go out. Next scene, when they say they're okay, so next scene, when I'm outside, I'm sitting on a wall. You know, I used to have these cinder block walls, brick walls, or whatever. So I'm sitting up high on the wall, not too high, just face high. I'm not sitting low. I'm sitting up high. So when they walk by me, they can look me straight in my eyes, straight in my face. So it's raining, but I'm sitting on the wall, and the rain going down. I have on a raincoat, but I don't have on no rain hat. So when they walk by, they see me with the raincoats on, and they just walk by me. So that's what they did, right? Let me see. So that's when I hear Ray J singing a song, everything. All right. Next scene. Wait a minute. No one had an umbrella. So, there's military people don't have no umbrella. They just have coats on, and then they're walking. So many of them pass. So many of them pass by. So next scene, I'm in a barracks type setting. So as I'm in this barracks type 7, they have this young woman, look like Princess Vaughn to play on Moesha. So she walks up to me and asks me about the weapon. I show her the weapon in a book. Show her the weapon in the book. So then after that, after I show the weapon in the book, so I hear this large belt spinning. And so I see the belt. It have like 3 wheels. And the belt is like 4 inches. The width of it is like 4 inches. And it's spinning around on its 3 wheels. The wheels look like they're 12 inches in diameter. And so, and they're spinning. All of a sudden, you can hear the belt getting loose. And as the belt's spinning and getting loose, the belt is spinning from, we're going to say from east to west. No, can't say from east to west. We're spinning west to east. And then it was spinning. And as it's spinning, you can hear it getting looser and looser as it's spinning. So as it was getting looser and looser as it's spinning, someone told me, they walk up to me. He walk up to me and say, they say that it's my job to replace them. They say, yeah, that's your job to replace it or fix it. And so I walks over there, and then when I walks over there, I see that it's, someone tell me that next thing I walks over there. So when I walk over there, I see that the where they had the Velcro like a strap hooking it up together, that it hadn't got loosened. And I see the big wheels turn. And so as it get loose and everything, one of the wheels had to stop turning. You see, and it was no longer it was no longer turning with the other 2 wheels. It had stopped. All right. So when it had stopped, I said, yeah, well, let me read it to you. So when it had stopped, I said, and I see this young man. So when it stopped, I see this young man to my right, and he just going into the box and getting a new one out. And I just tell him, say, yeah, he was going in the box getting a new one out. And I said, they don't throw these things away. I say they refurbish them. And so when I see that, the thing is just about off the track. You gotta excuse me for being like this today, because I'll say it better than this, but me and this video, man, the way this thing jumping, just hoping that it does what it's supposed to do. Let me see if I can do something else. Okay, that's what I had a dream about. Man, I had so many dreams about that. All these dreams are connected. So the 3 wheels. So we know that that's what's gonna happen. As we keep telling you over and over, showing me over and over again, we're going to the second wheel. Okay. We're going to the second wheel. All right. So now we're going to So now we're going into the second wheel. All right. So now as we're going, well, I told you 3 years. So every dream that I had this weekend, that's what it was about. It was about, well, let me finish reading. Okay, that was the first dream. I hope that you had some type of understanding with that first dream. I see this man dragging this woman by the feet. He is dragging her along. She is hollering. Next scene, she wakes up and just a dream of this woman's brand. Okay. In this dream, I see this man. The man have on like a yellow raincoat, and boy, he snatched the one. Now I don't know who the woman is. I don't know who the woman is or anything, but he snatched her by the feet and like he dragging her to hell. I'm telling you, that's how it appeared to be. Like he was dragging her to hell, and boy, she was just she was hollering. Yeah, she was hollering, screaming like, man, don't please. He wasn't beating or nothing. You know how that's how them demons come and drag you. That's what it looked like. It was like a demon, and she had done her last bit, and he was dragging her to hell. Boy, she was screaming and hollering. And next thing you know, she was in the bed and she woke up. Boy, like, man, I'm so glad that it's a dream, one of those vivid dreams. And it was Branded Norwood. That's what it was. Yeah. So that was that dream. So I had a dream. Well, let's see. I had a dream. I had visited this place full of sin. and I hadn't been in this house before. My son was there. I parked on the street. I went to meet my son, but I went out the back to see like this little apartment. So I go in and start talking to this man that had a song with Popeye chicken verse in it, with a Popeye chicken verse in it, and he was singing it. And it's a long. I don't want to mess up this dream. I'm not going to mess this dream up because the dreams are long and they're very important. So then these dreams have colors and everything in them, and it's about everything that's going on now. And I really don't want to mess them up. But let me tell you. So let me tell you this. So I told you about the 5 angels. That the Lord God said they have 5 angels. They have Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Hanuel, and Uriel. Say Uriel is over the world turmoil and terror. Raphael is over the spirit of men. Ragiel is over the world luminaries. Michael, the virtue of mankind, and over the virtues of mankind, chaos. Seguel, the spirit who is over the spirit that's who was sin in the spirit. And the Gabriel is over paradise, the serpents, and all the cherubim. Remiel is who God set over those who rise out of the sinful state. I don't know how this thing's working out, and I'm gonna cut it short. I mean, I can always start it up again, because I don't want to waste these dreams and vision, because the dreams and vision that I have, when I read you the similitudes and the commands and what I have before, you're going to know what it means. But if the video messed up and I'm speaking and trying to tell you these things, you're not going to know. Just like that first dream, man. That first dream had a whole lot of information in it. You know, they had information about the law of God. They had information in about how now we're gonna be weaponized. Yeah, they have that information in there because I have been reading this all the new book, and we're getting out of commit. And so when we get in commit, then we go and get into Jesus and how the Catholic Church started and how they got together and worked this thing. You're not listening to you're underestimating your enemy. That's what we are done. I have done it also. We are underestimating our enemy and think you think your enemy have nothing decent and holy into him. He's just evil and is wicked. Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm gonna stop it. I mean, just talk to you for 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna go on YouTube and replay it again and see how it comes out. So if it come out all right, then I'll just come back and continue it and give you what we need to know where we're at. Just like I told you about the video about the water and the bombs and things. So you know, these dreams that the Lord God given to are too important, because in the dream also I told you how they're gonna reject you, and then but you still gonna be sitting up on high. Okay, then they're gonna start coming to you and want to know about the information, how and what time we have. Okay, because the wheels have been turning and turning and turning. Now they're getting loose and loose. And guess what? What if some get loose and loose? What, getting close to what? To the end, close to what? It's breaking. And now you're on, that was the first wheel, then died. So now you're on the second one. Man, the second year about to come in, man. And it's, yeah, well, anyway. So, give me, I'm going to come back. I'm going to start it all over again, because it's jumping and it's unstable, and I really don't know what's going on. But anyway, so this is not about might, not about power, but about my spirit. I'm Elijah. Give me a second. Well, can't say that. Hopefully I'll be back within 10 minutes.